Hey guys, so I'm here today to film a foundation rewind for you, which is kind of a lie because my foundation rewind series is generally me reviewing foundations in my collection. But I just bought this foundation, but I wanted to do a video on it anyways because I had owned it a couple years ago and I've been wearing it recently, but I haven't been really testing it out, and I wanted to do a test on the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. I picked it up during the Sephora sale and everyone raves about this foundation, but I remember the first time I purchased it, I liked it, but I didn't love it. So I wanted to try it out again because my foundation preferences have definitely changed. This is $49 Canadian. I have the color Snow. I originally bought the color Cloud, which is the first pink tone shade in the collection, but it was way too light. It was almost white, and this one is kind of a little bit dark for me. You'll see on the application section of this. According to the details on Sephora, it says that it's an oil-free foundation that masterfully diffuses the line between makeup and skin with coverage so undetectable they'll think you were born this way. That's dramatic. It says it's full coverage, radiant liquid foundation, and it has 35 shades. I know they originally expanded the shade line and Jackie Aina worked with them to make it inclusive, which is amazing because I definitely think they didn't have enough light toned or dark tone shades. I definitely think they still need to work on their light tone shades. I do think that light tone shades is a part of foundation that's definitely missing for a lot of pale people. They're either not light enough or they don't understand the undertones in light tone shades. They're all super yellow, which is what happens with Too Faced Born This Way, but I made this color work for me. So before I do the try-on portion of this video, subscribe to my channel. I'm uploading every Tuesday and Thursday. I'm trying to be consistent with my life. It's hard. Subscribe to my Instagram channel or follow me on Instagram. Don't subscribe to my Instagram channel, that's weird. Follow me on Instagram. I post cute pictures of my cats and makeup on there, and you should definitely check it out. And if you want to see me do a 10-hour wear test today, then keep watching. Okay, so I've already primed my face. I used the Becca Backlight Priming Filter just because I'm trying out so many different primers right now that I can't tell what I like and what I don't like. And this is a tried and true one for me. It will make the foundation slightly glowier, but when I used this foundation in the past, that's how I like to use it. I actually used to mix 1 pump of the Becca and 1 pump of this, although my foundation preferences have definitely changed, so we'll see. I have worn this a couple times since getting it, but not long enough or intense enough or with enough scrutiny to really tell if I loved it or not. So I'm just gonna take 1 pump of this and spread her all over my face. As you can see, this is the pink toned one, the second lightest pink toned one, and although there is some pink to it, it's not really, it's more of a peachy undertone than a pink undertone. So we're gonna blend that in with a beauty blender, of course, because it's the only way that I wear foundation. I've noticed that brushes are making a comeback, and I'm honestly not here for it. Okay, so I would call that a solid medium coverage. You can still see some redness, but it is giving my skin a iridescence to it, which again is probably being helped out by the primer, but I do know that this has more of a satin kind of finish. So I'm going to take about half a pump and just add more coverage basically everywhere. This is what I generally do. I feel like this is what most beauty gurus do, but they just start out with 7 pumps, whereas I only do 1.5 pumps. And I feel like doing 1 pump is important for a review because normal people are, when I'm trying to talk with this over my neck, normal people don't use 7 pumps of foundation per day. Just putting it out there, beauty gurus. That's not how normal humans use their foundation. So as you can see, this is a little bit dark for me, but I'm gonna bronze, so it'll be okay. So this is what it looks like freshly applied with 1.5 layers. You can still see my freckles coming through and maybe a smidge of redness, but not a lot. Chin looks fine, ignore this situation. And then forehead, it's not fully settling into my fine lines yet, but I'm sure she will. So I'm just going to finish the rest of my face and I will be back to show you the finished look. Okay, so this is what the foundation looks like. Honestly, once it's all on and set and beautiful, it looks amazing. It is a little bit of a tacky foundation. You definitely need to set it. I set it with my MAC Merlite Skin Finish Natural in Light Plus. On the eyes, I'm wearing the Anastasia Nirvana Norvina palette. I can't fucking speak today. I have the Too Faced Born This Way bronzer on. Benefit Dallas blush. My highlight is the Fenty Lightning Dust Fire Crystal over top of Flexitarian. And my lips are Kat Von D's Vampira. I set my face with MAC Fix Plus and the All Nighter spray by Urban Decay. And let me give you a zoom. So as you can see, I did add an illuminating primer to this, but it definitely doesn't show through this much. So as you can see, this is definitely a radiant foundation. I don't know, the first time I used this, I didn't think it was a radiant foundation, but now that I'm looking at it, it definitely feels radiant. It is settling into the lines in my forehead. Story of my life. Like, what is this hair doing? But pissing me off. So yeah, I love the way this looks, to be honest. It does look a little makeup-y, like around my upper lip area, but I'm not mad about it. So that is my first check-in. Right now, I'm in love with this foundation. It is a little bit too dark for me. I don't know if you can see because I'm wearing bronzer. It kind of fades the disconnect. It is a little bit too dark for me, but the other shade was too light for me. It's so hard for me to find a foundation shade that matches my face. On camera, it doesn't look bad though. Also, I'm like feeling this look. So far this looks fantastic. Oh, I forgot to tell you, it is 11:05 in the morning, and I will be back in like 4 or 5 hours to do another check-in and show you guys how this looks. Okay, so it is 4:17, so this has been on for 5 hours, and I wanted to do a check-in. I haven't touched up my makeup at all. I have like some flaking under my eyes, so I'm just gonna try to wipe that away. It's my mascara, it's not the foundation. I still think this looks fantastic. There's some fading around my nose. I had a burrito bowl for lunch, and I'm like really white, as you can see that I'm really white, and I try to eat spicy foods and my nose runs like a child. I also haven't touched up my liquid lipstick at all, and while it is faded on the inner part of my lip, overall it still looks pretty good. Love me some Kat Von D liquid lipstick. I still look glowy and radiant. I still look covered. I definitely think this foundation is going real well for me. Let me give you a zoom. Blush, bronzer, highlight are still on and poppin'. Like, look at that highlight. Fucking Fenty. Chin looks a little cakey. That's always happens to me, to be honest. And I didn't even put concealer on it today. I just put concealer on the spot on like this situation here that's fading. Again, this side looks fine. Nose looks great. Forehead, it's a little settled into my lines, but honestly not as bad as it usually is. These fucking baby hairs make me want to shave them off. So yeah, I'm not mad about this. Everything looks pretty solid. So I'm also wearing a scarf as a sweater or as like a blanket because it's winter and it's cold, and I'm wearing a crop top because I'm a tool. So yeah, overall I'm loving this foundation. I definitely think it is, I'm not sure if I touched on this in my first kind of check-in because I was trying to run out the door, but it says it's full coverage and radiant. I definitely think it's not, I definitely wouldn't say it's as radiant as the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. I would definitely call this more of like a satin finish than a radiant finish, but like I'm also a glowy ass bitch. I think this is probably what like a normal person would think radiant is, but not what like someone who loves dewy skin would think radiant is. Full coverage wise, I definitely think it's a medium buildable foundation to full coverage. I'm not sure if this is super full coverage, but again, I only put on a pump and a half. I'm not the kind of person that wants to really pack on tons of foundation. Like when I watch girls putting on 4 pumps of foundation, I'm like, girl, why? Because my thing is I still wanted to look natural, and I do think this looks, I mean, obviously you can tell I'm wearing makeup, but like it looks beautiful still, and it's been 5 hours. So I will be back in another 5 hours before I wash my face off to show you guys what the final check-in is. I'm probably gonna lose my lipstick before that because my lips are starting to get dry. Again, I've had this lipstick on for over 5 hours, so not bad though, considering. to be honest. So I will be back in another 5 hours to do the final check-in. All right, it is 10:16 p.m. So this has been on for 10 hours? 11 hours, because I put it on at 11 o'clock and it's 10. I went a little over because my internet has been down for the last 45 minutes and I was on the phone with my internet company and I was on hold for the whole time, and I decided, fuck it, I'm just gonna go to bed and deal with this in the morning because there's like province-wide outages. Kill me. My hair is up in a ponytail. I have no lipstick on. I am tired and this light is really bright. Looking at my face, okay. Looking at my face now in this mirror, my forehead is covered in glitter, and that's because I put my Christmas tree up this evening, and apparently, you know, Christmas ornaments, they're all fucking glittery, so I'm covered in glitter. Deal with it. But like foundation-wise, like my blush, bronzer, highlight are still on. The highlight's still popping. My chin area is a little cakey. My forehead definitely looks makeup-y, but again, it's been 11 hours. What do I expect? Let me give you a zoom. So as you can see, my chin is a little makeup-y. It settled a little bit into the line here, but actually not too bad. Cheeks look great, to be honest. It's rubbed off around my nose. I am a runny nose ass bitch. I can't help you there. Can you see the glitter all over my head here? I hope you can see it. Settled into my forehead. My forehead does look a little bit makeup-y, like I said, but like not bad overall. So all in all, I'm actually really impressed with this foundation. Again, this is the Too Faced Born This Way. It's giving me a natural kind of satin radiant finish. Almost full coverage, wore all day really well. This would be a great everyday foundation. I don't know why I didn't love this foundation when I used it before, but like I'm really into it right now, and I'm excited to play around with it with different primers and stuff and see how I like it the most. But all in all, feeling this primer or this foundation. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If so, subscribe to my channel and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.